These attackers have been caught on camera in Birmingham. They, in fact, are seen threatening Hindu groups. Let's take a look at these visuals that we are playing.
You're not welcome anywhere in the UK. None of your speakers, anyone you're trying to call these hate speakers that come down, we're going to turn up for all of them. So stop organising this bullshit. We're here now, outside the Mandir. It's a peaceful protest. We're not causing no trouble. But we turned up just to let you know if you come down, we're all going to be here for you. Look, show them, look around. Even the speakers cancelled. Look how many men have turned up. We've got no issue with Hindus that are from Britain. We've got no issue with British Hindus. We grew up with them, we know all of them. But the rest of you BJP, RSS freshies, if you come in, you're going to get met by us every single time. So if you want to come to Birmingham, Leicester, Nottingham, London, just give us a time and a place and we're there. Yo, this is a message from Birmingham to all the BJP and the RSS Hindus.
My colleague Anand Narasimhan is also joining me on the broadcast. Anand, this is an open threat to the RSS and BJP faction. Anybody who comes in, visits London will be targeted. That is something that is on camera there.
Who are these people? The bigger question is who are these people, and who are these people to decide who can come into the UK and who cannot, who can meet people and who cannot. When these people are, and this was all organized against Sadhvi Ritumbra, and let me tell you, this is something which is concerted. It's happened even in the US, where a lot of her meetings were cancelled or they were bulldozed and pressured. Groups came out and concertedly to try and ensure that she does not deliver any lecture or speeches. Sadhvi Ritumbra is a regular visitor to the United Kingdom. She's got a valid visa. Who are these people to dictate who can come into the UK, who can address these gatherings and who cannot? Who are these people to decide who is who? And that's the bigger question. And what is the local administration doing? That's a larger question. The other aspect is that this is a concerted political agenda, and that is what sources are telling us, that there is the local wing of the Congress involved. There are those elements who are backed by the Pakistan backed groups and ISI who are involved. And this is an organized group which does not want anything, any activity of the Hindus, and if there is an Indian element involved in that, they will block it. So be it in the United States, be it in the UK, this is a common occurrence and there is a thread. And that's what authorities are looking at and saying that this is being deliberately done. This is something where you are blocking or cancelling out somebody with an implied agenda to them. They have not come out and said anything. They have not done anything wrong. Sadhvi Ritumbra has not even set foot there. But you are already blocking and saying, we will not let you come. Now, and what is this entire aspect of BJP, RSS, Hindutva? Now, this whole thing, and then saying British Hindus, Indians, now we have a problem with all of them. Who are these people? Nobody is stopping them from organizing. They are engaging with Khalistani outfits. They are even voting for them and electing them into the British Parliament. India is raising its objection legally, logically. They are not cancelling out anybody, but this lot, and this seems to be organized. It's not happening only in Leicester or in Birmingham. It's happened even in the US of A, it's happened in Atlanta, it's happened in DC, it's happening at multiple places where anybody who they believe is linked to the Hindu faith and who's coming from India, they will directly assign or apportion a certain agenda or motive, etc. And that is something which authorities believe is a concerted propaganda, and it's being deliberately done. Who are these people to throw bottles at a mandir? Who are these people to vandalize a temple? And why should the British authorities not take stringent action against them? They only pulled down a demonstrator who was trying to climb the walls, but bottles were being thrown into a mandir. Why was that allowed? Will the same be allowed if it was a religious structure of another denomination of another or another community? That's the question that locals are also asking, saying why this soft-handed approach towards these kind of rabble-rousers, and Sadhvi Ritumbra had to cancel her lectures and her meetings there. An independent citizen, a free citizen who's been given a valid visa and passage into the United Kingdom has been denied her right. And this is the larger question. Who are these people to cancel out any individual? You can raise a protest, but you cannot intimidate, you cannot threaten them with violence, and you cannot target locals because they are inviting somebody and they want to listen to somebody, or they're conducting lecture sessions of somebody.
Anand, you know, what started with Leicester, we'd seen how two groups were chanting Allahu Akbar and Jai Shri Ram slogans, and they were, of course, they came in contact with one another in front of police presence. Cut to what happened in Smethwick today. The fact that these groups, and we just had one person on camera threatening that there will be copycat protests if there are any leaders from these Hindu groups or RSS or BJP who come into London. So you were saying that this particular belt of Leicester, Birmingham or Smethwick, that's not in question. This seems to be a norm now?
Yes, this is organized, and this is across. This is happening in Australia. This is happening in the United Kingdom. It's happening in America. Wherever Hindus want to connect with leaders from India or voices from India, they are being blocked. And there seems to be an organized effort. There seems to be local political agendas which are being set. Those people who are part of the overseas body of the Congress party are involved. That's an allegation. The other allegation is that Pak-backed groups, ISI is fueling this and funding this. And there are those who have this set agenda, who are part of organizations, outfits that are funded by the ISI, which are backing these and pushing for these protests, just so that Hindu groups are intimidated. Hindu groups are not allowed to congregate and listen to people and voices. And there is a narrative which is pushed by the ISI and Pakistan that only prevails. The counter narrative is not allowed. This is directly impinging on the freedom and the right that is accorded to everybody. A UK national or an Indian national, why and who are they to decide who can come and who cannot? Who is this individual to decide who is RSS, who is BJP? And what is their problem if somebody is coming and talking? It's a peaceful gathering, and it's a lecture that anybody can give. So why is it that these people are... So there is a clear thread. There are organizations that are involved, and this is a particular deliberate narrative. In Leicester, it started with a burger being served in a Muslim restaurant on the Indian flag. There were people who had come from India, who had just arrived in Britain, who looked at that, and they raised objections to this on the day of the India-Pakistan match towards the end of August. Then it snowballed when India-Pakistan played again early September, and India lost the match, and then there were huge amounts of chants. There were eggs thrown at Hindu homes in Leicester. Even in Leicester, when the protests happened, these people came in from Birmingham. This belt has largely people from Pakistan and those who have got this entire groups. So even though they try and make it Hindu and Muslim, the agenda is a nefarious ISI-backed propaganda or agenda to block any voices from India coming there and engaging with people who have Indian roots. And they are trying to give it a Hindu versus Muslim kind of a thing, and they're making it about British people. It's not. The agenda is nefarious. The agenda has got a deeper design, and that's what our inputs are suggesting.
Right, Anand, thank you so much for joining us. Let me take this across.